comes off the bench for a third straight game, so Ty Harrod, 8.2 a game. She could get there with 10 games to go. Proud by Connecticut. Sun in the Nike Explorer looks to pull up, fakes it, and turned over by Connecticut. And she gets Connecticut on the board first with the triple. In particular against the Sun, about 18 turnovers a game in the first.
Had her fair share of ups and downs as it relates to playing time.
Connecticut.
Ooh, that is quite a record. 4 times is difficult, and this Indiana team knows what it means to get those Seattle. So Connecticut definitely has to be on their P's and Q's today.
Clark behind the line. Comes into tonight's game shooting 30-30. Alyssa Thomas second in the night. 22 in white. Clark turns it over. Ahead of the snake here. Numbers for the Sun. Feeds Thomas, and she in the 3 meetings with the Fever.
You know, I know that, as you said, I wanted to figure out who was going to be that person to bring that socket right there. But I think what she misses maybe is that.
So it looks like Temi Fagbenle is checked in for Nalis best we can on Alyssa Smith's status the rest of the way as Leah Boston back.
You know, when we talk about how this team has figured out how to, it's really been what we had been waiting for this entire time.
Well, no, can roll time and space, and that's the key word I think for Clark is the
It was one.
Clark now up. Only needed 1 to set the assist record.
Easy.
Good position for Brianna Jones, working on the pivot. You know, while they do struggle in scoring defense, averaging about 80.
You know, now that you have gotten to the spot that you've earned, you got to keep. She's done a great job of so far.
A phrase she often uses is that season has been a slower starting team. Back and forth with the Thomas. Squares, Bonner left open. First foul on Thomas. Nice offense. Mitchell.
For speed. Like, you're not catching Kelsey.
Marina Mabry in for the Sun. Harris on the bench. Turner.
It's a guard in that mid-range spot.
Lexi Hall. The Fever, 5 of their first 6 have gone in.
Lexi Hall.
Well, Mabry just hit a 3. Now a 2-on-1 develops. Lob it into goal.
Pace has been incredibly exceptional, and I mean, dare we say, bonding with her to start the season.
Oh, my goodness. I think, folks, and offensively, she's been herself. That competitive fire has been on off the bench for a 3rd straight game. She's been the Sun leading scorer in the last 2 games. Fever. This feels a lot like the early season matchup. Turnover by Indiana. That's their 6th turnover. Turnover Sun, I beg your pardon.
Just a quick second. I think one of the things that helps is that her role leadership perspective is different. She's not that person that is going to be home and allows her to play a bit more freely.
Bonner catch and shoot. Roster. Totally transformational kind of role.
Kelsey Mitchell, so difficult. Her agility space to just have that quick release.
Wiggle, kick it, carry, pick, roll, Boston. Blocked by...
It may want to slow this game down just a bit.
Carrington
so far.
Remember, Bonner was teammates with Clark.
Teammates with Kelsey Mitchell. So they were out. Well, she's taken advantage over these last few weeks as the Olympic break. But
Kelsey Mitchell in position right now to have a 5th straight season of being especially when she was injured in training camp, a slower... Alyssa Smith passed up the 3. Thomas better be careful. She has 2 fouls. Boston fakes the kick. Outlet. Smith, 3. And they're 4 for 7 from 3.
Alyssa Smith has always who can be versatile and knows how to create her own shot. So if my criticisms of Indiana is that at times they do tend to lack, you're giving a team points at the free throw line.
They commit just over 8. An early story.
Yep.
But despite the result for the Sun being down 6, that Smith goes to work. Boston, extra, Mitchell, at the opening quarter.
Kelsey Mitchell had 29 points against Atlanta just this past Monday.
How about Aaliyah Boston with 5 assists in this first quarter?
In this league, I think every game you are making, she is players in the league right now who can literally get it done on both ends of the floor.
Find a way to impact the game. Carrington collides with as of today, Connecticut in 2nd place.
But no one has a seeding as of yet because they're obviously still to this matchup in Mohegan Sun Arena, especially given the energy.
NBA season in the second week of May with a sellout crowd. Clark with 2, Nalissa Smith with 2 on the Indiana side. And for
VB is on the court is because she's coming in trying to either give Alicia Burton is just certainly that kind of player that can not only facilitate necessary.
Erica Wheeler off the Indiana bench. For Bonner and Carrington starters with Mabry, Olivia Nelson-Adota. And Bonner thought about pulling the trigger, stepped through move, and lost it. 6 Connecticut giveaways. Indiana has scored 10 points. Rolls. Lexi Hall looks to get it into Dantas. Nice footwork. Orchestrates the offense with 5. Burton, the trigger woman. Bonner way outside for Connecticut.
Who's going right?
7-point lead for
Connecticut Sun team has customarily settled in, or they create more space, and so it'll be interesting to see if this is
just over 73 allowed. Mabry catch and shoot. A league leader in assists. Clark did make a 3 in the first to set the new.
Nelson-Adota brought over there. She has really stepped up her inside.
12 points, a new season high right here on the block. Nelson-Adota, and of course the big 4-0.
Of course,
am I right?
Of course.
Sorry, I named you second. Should have went you first.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It makes me.
One way to put it.
Right.
Oh, nice move by her. Now you see me, now you don't. Ty Harris, 2 quick fouls.
Ty Harris can certainly bring some energy and make an impact offensively.
Nobody in South Carolina knows about big games. As we know, Iowa met up with Harris, have 2 fouls each. Caitlin Clark has 2 on the invert. Guarded her in college. Northwestern against Iowa, and barrels in. And finishes.
Way to fit.
Erica Wheeler for 3 to make it a 6-point game. Burton, career low, 8 points.
Previously been over the last few days, Marina Mabry. Well, Ty Harris says, don't forget me.
Was late to get there, but the Sun on the pick and roll so hard to decipher what Clark's had a look momentarily. Dump it, Brianna Jones.
Now that one does go just roll in and out for Bree Jones, but the mismatch was
the last 3. Clark.
An impact on both ends of the court.
Jones. Respect to the beard he's got going.
I know, right?
Camouflage. Ty Harris has been hot in the first.
Connecticut at one point was shooting 27% from 3, the difference maker in this game. The ability to cash in from deep.
After a score, because she ends up on the other side in the blink of an eye.
Just so quick.
Quick with and without the ball. Most impressive.
I think between her and to me, maybe we can it aren't many.
Final meeting, Sun Fever in the regular season. Sun go for the sweep in the season in terms of the cream of the crop of the W. And since that 1-8 start.
This is a matchup that I think is fair, considering because I don't know anybody who would have come out successful. That's tough for some of the best teams in the league, let alone the.
And then last season, Minnesota presented challenges. Even that 3-game series, not easy for the home team. You better get that first.
But the defense there from Thomas on Clark. Payson scoring in this matchup.
Clark, 3 for 30 of the season for the Sun. 10 games to go for the Sun, shooting 57%. Indiana shooting 55. Teams have turned the ball over 8 times. It's been very evenly played. Get an Alyssa Thomas. Just won her first Olympic gold medals, an all-star. Very soon, I think Indiana already at 51 points.
To Bree Jones. And unfortunately, defenders were right.
Erica Wheeler back to Aaliyah Boston. Super unselfish. Caitlin Clark has 3. Shimmy shake. Mabry. Off
that, so she gets called. This has really been a back and forth between these 2. Pressing off of DeWanna Bonner. I mean, that was
59 points against the Atlanta Dream. Mabry.
I think one thing that Stephanie Wright continues to say is, don't be afraid to shoot the
that's been established, especially with the big 3 in Bonner, Thomas, and Jones.
There's been a lot of 3-point attempts in this matchup from both teams. 73, then you need to defend the 3.
Without question. Resulting in 9 Sun points. Connecticut, 11 turnovers. Some traversing course based on how this matchup has gone. Clark to Mitchell. Sidestep.
He loves it there.
Shot clock, game clock, identified Clark. Behind the leg dribble, 1 second. Harris at the horn.
Many who is taking advantage of the outside opportunities. And so when
the shooting spray chart, 4 of those 9 came in the corner. 6 assists to lead the Fever. Not Caitlin Clark tonight so far. Aces the ball down. Leads the break. Hezzy carrying.
Get inside. Make them guard you inside. This is like that as much as possible.
13 fast break points now for the Sun. Lost it. Thomas throws it ahead. Carrington does the rest. 4
play as well. Get it in front of the defender.
Sun have now picked off by Brianna Jones. Thomas. Near. Passes up the 3. Boston rams into Carrington.
Over to put herself in position. Very veteran-like move. Great defense.
First minute 40. Tawana Bonner had the hot hand early. Brianna Jones at 6'3". Bonner works around the pick, drives.
On that replay, she got just a piece of it, and that reaction was just a bit.
Double figures. Following Carrington, who has 11.
She's got the new hair, and that's where her strength is going to come from.
Even in year 15, Indiana gives it away. Carrington misses the...
Wow, what a play was that from Dejanay Carrington.
Put back there by Smith, who has 9. Come back.
Connecticut has come out with a lot of intensity on the defensive end.
Skip pass Harris to Thomas.
Because realistically, you had 4 fouls, and you would lose Smith for considering the physicality of this game. It absolutely is.
Another. Carrington dumps it. Bonner lays it.
Ball outside of bringing it up the court much since this half began, and that is get the ball movement going. And a lot of that has led, you want to shift that control back to your point guard.
The first Connecticut. Now a 2-point game. Clark feeds Nalissa. Here's Nalissa Smith at the line. 60% free.
Nalissa Smith has had 7 double-doubles this season. She was the number 2 overall pick a couple of years ago. So Nalissa Smith knows how to make it when they figured it out.
When you're in a 12-team league, there's chemistry-wise.
Yeah.
2 seconds to shoot. Carrington, different team since we last faced them on June 10th. We have to in the third. First half was a struggle. Clark with the upfit.
This is more than just, just kind of seeing where you are. There's since 2021, right? And so that's a long time. That's a lot to get a win over a team. So you feel being able to be in the top picks for the draft because you have, there's a lot of pride on the line, a lot of pride on that court.
Brianna Jones with the nice outlet pass to Mitchell. 4 assists now for Clark. And Clark behind the back to Boston. Out to Clark. 6'4" Fagbenle against 5'10", 59, Sun 56. Caitlin Clark, step back 3.
Any room for, and that's one of them. But Dejanay Carrington on an island, and she makes Indiana pay for it.
How many times we have points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 5-point game the other way.
Well, it's a momentum shifter for sure, right? But now if you are Connecticut, that's the second one. On Alyssa.
A block first charge call.
Yep.
Mabry's in the Bonner, Thomas, and Carrington. Olivia Nelson and Dota. Nice quick pass. Top.
There is no fear in this Indiana team.
Thumb to keep it stable out for 2 months. In fact, Benley. I think what is absolutely evident in this turnaround. Oh my God. Kelsey Mitchell, wide open look. Cash.
And is making Connecticut pay each and every time.
Only team in the WNBA with 6 players on its roster to average double-digit.
Right now, their most effective three-point shooter.
Mabry top 10 in the league in threes. Quell that enthusiasm.
Welcome to the party, Marina. We missed you.
Clark. 5-point game as we come up under a minute.
A little bit of credit to that to Marina as well. I mean, this Connecticut team, they're averaging 80 possessions per game now, where it was 76.4.
Ball is barely staying in the hands of a Fever player for a second. Clark, death stares. Carrington through contact. Burton with the finish. Clark almost traveled there, but couldn't finish. Here we go. Carrington guarding Clark. That's been a fun battle all this week. 4 seconds for the Fever. Boston faked the pass.
Outside of the three-point line, want to shoot it, but they have been doing an incredible job of making Connecticut.
Indiana, Hull, Smith, Boston, Mitchell, and Clark. Carrington. The censorship programs across all ages. We're in the fourth quarter, just underway, a 2-point game. Head in college, Iowa Northwestern. Smith dives on the deck. 3-6 steals for Carrington, by the way, a new career high. She had 5 for acquisition. Has fit in. Seamless game coming off the bench. Mabry had her shot blocked by Hull. Thomas sticks it home. Off balance with the left hand.
Really put her on Marina Mabry now, because Marina's been the one who's really been cashing in most. I can transition to catch that pass to be able to make that layup.
Outlet Mabry, touch pass Burton, 3, in and out.
Lexi Hall still getting ahead of her defender, trying to get open, actually very much wide open, and I don't think Caitlin Clark saw her.
Clark got the
defender. She stayed locked in and put 2 up on the board.
Sun 3, here they are down 2 in the fourth. Hall somehow squeaked. Did not have Aaliyah Boston leading the Fever in assists tonight with 8. Clark flips it to Boston. Nelson Adota, UConn against Sun.
You can see Connecticut is slowing the pace down here. Wayne.
32 points in the paint. Sun +8 in that category. Clock. Thomas faces up, drives. Lexi Hall spinning in the paint. Clogged up. Nelson at Ridgefield House. Fever lead by 4. Mitchell almost made the final time the Sun and Fever meet in the regular season, but right now stays in bounds. Carrington slashing and finish.
To pull the defender out there, and she was just able to sneak right on in, right past him.
Throws it to Nalissa Smith. Drives hard, left it short. Brianna Jones only has 2 points. You still have to account for her ability on the arcs for shooters. Clutch, fire, short. Boston. Do a pretty good job of explaining it. Nalissa Smith puts the head down, misses the lay. It seems so. It's Fever basketball up by 2.
Well, it was blatantly obvious to us.
Caitlin Clark was 17 points tonight, 4 boards, 5 assists. Having this lineup out there as Carrington takes it all the way. 19. Carrington had 19 in the TD Garden Boston game last Tuesday. 22. Mitchell step back, a long 2 is good. August. Puts Indiana up by 2. 4 to Hacks. Brianna Jones off the mark. Carrington hustle for the loose ball.
Really stepped up and stepped up to the competition.
Oh, Boston.
Possessions for the remainder of this ball game, so that was a great opportunity for Thomas there to take advantage of that.
No one on the Sun has here for Connecticut 3-on-2. Thomas fakes the pass, and Alyssa Thomas mark of the third. Thomas 1 for 4 at the to feel ready to fly. Thomas 2 for 5, puts the ball on the deck, flings it out. Mitchell at 3.
Quality shots, it's about timeliness, and really it's about defense. So 7 could look like
You're in.
I'm in for it.
Mabry. Marina Mabry was in the 3-point contest this year.
Yeah, Aaliyah Boston's going to take advantage of that matchup every single time.
Backed off the ball, left side, Mabry again. Western, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. Mitchell. Not gonna players.
I think that's all you can ask for is consistency. We may not agree with the call.
Tied at 80. Mabry again for basketball. 90 seconds left. Caitlin Clark goes by Burton.
Alyssa Thomas laid off, but now there's an opportunity to set up.
Brianna Jones backing down. Bree Jones short.
Inside, Bree Jones got to step up big there.
Caitlin Clark. Sun with the ball. Down to...
Nó đang trốn rồi ha. Ngồi xương. Gì à? Sẽ kêu là bóng bóng bang bang. Sao mất mẹ rồi. Kìa đó kìa. Chạy nhanh vậy sao? Hồi chị cũng bắt nữa hà. Chạy đâu cho thoát. Em sẽ là của chị thôi. Em về mua chị không có làm gì em. Cái bự chị tiên xù em. Rồi, ok. Khoan để mình lấy cái mo này ra đất. Mo này ra để mình ngồi cho nó sạch xếp. Rồi cái nhé này. Để nó sạch xếp. Cho cơm nó đừng có bay lên á, bạn coi xíu. Đây là một phần sẽ bánh cái này để mình nấu, sẽ được cục đất á, để lên. Đây nè, ruộng này là người ta đã gặt rồi. Đây là ngày hôm nay rau củ của mình đây. Nắng nóng nực uống giá nó biết có chảy là năm nó có cá đấy không ta. Đẹp. Bơi bơi kìa. Nó làm trong. Bên kia kìa, nước rất là trong vắt trong nhiều. Bây giờ mình sẽ lấy đồ của mình xuống. Rất là luôn.